I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Hello and welcome to Real United Talk. How are we all doing? Joined tonight by Diedrich. How you doing, mate?
Yep, I'm good.
Good. Yeah. Is that it? All good, mate. You should be blazing, waxing lyrical about this, right? About that game. Come on, you should be excited.
I am excited. I'm absolutely buzzing with the result. It's just I'm still, even though we did win, I think we should. That game was there for the taking for even more. I think that we should have been an even better scoreline. But I mean, a win's a win. I'm a team that got to the final, a team that everyone worried about playing. You know, when they first came out, everyone was. I think me, Martin, and Pankaz did a show, and people were saying like, "Oh, we don't think we're going to get out the group stage. We don't think we're going to do this." And I said, "I think we'd beat PSG. So I think we'll beat them." So, I'm quite happy with that. I think Pankaj even said he don't think PSG will qualify.
Um, Cardi straight in with "I told you so." Well, I'm going to put my hands up. I did say when the teams were drawn, I thought group of death. I couldn't see United getting out of this at all. Um, I put out a tweet this afternoon that said I'm fearing the worst tonight. I just had that feeling, and when I saw the team sheet come out, I looked at the midfield three that was in there, or five, whichever way you want to look at it. I looked at it as a three, and I thought Fred, McTominay, Fred's on the right hand side of it, Bruno's on the left hand side of it. Didn't like it at all. But what I did like was the fact that he went with two up top, right? That to me then said, right, he's going to go for it. If you're going to go away from home, you're going to Paris, knowing what their front three are like, most teams would play five in the midfield or just with the one up top. But he went for two up top, uh, and I got to say the game, I was very skeptical about it going into it. When I saw the team sheets, oh no. Then I see Paris Saint Germain's team sheet. There was nothing in that midfield three of theirs. Idrissa Gueye, um, who else
Under
was it?
Herrera and
Herrera and
was
the
it
other lad. I can't remember his
Daniela?
bloody name. Daniello. Yeah,
I
there
think
was
it was.
nothing in there that screamed to me, be fearful, of it at all. Um, and I thought first 45 minutes, I thought we was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The penalty, I think, right decision. It was a penalty. There was contact. He had the right to go down. The rules of the game, goalie's got to be on the line. Should have been retaken. That's the law.
Yep.
So, fair play to the referee tonight for that. But first off for you, Diedrich, you see the team sheet come out. Was you sceptical? Was you confident? How did you think we would have approached the game?
Um, I thought it'd be a cagey affair. I expected us to draw. I think the more, but I thought I don't know because I had question marks. I thought that's good, that's bad, that's good, that's bad. A few things. I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of in shock about the whole thing with the way it all played out. I think it was a fucking cracking game. I mean, you said that you think we played better in the first half. For me, I think the second half, that last half an hour, we absolutely battered them.
Okay.
And a lot of people will forget about this, but this is the team that got to the final last year, and
Yeah.
we're apparently this. When you consider that only 2 games ago we got spanked 6-1 by fucking Spurs, it just boggles the mind, doesn't it? Really, I mean, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But I mean, that's the thing about Paris Saint-Germain's midfield. I can only think of another. I mean, I'm probably forgetting somebody. I feel like I am. But the only player I could think of that would have played in that midfield, apart from Gay and Herrera, would have been Verratti. And
Okay.
even Verratti, I wouldn't be fearful of.
Right. What did you think of the penalty then, Diedrich? Do you think it was a
Yeah,
pen?
yeah, it is kind of, I find it no coincidence that since VR has come in, we've had the most penalties. It must literally be something that we work on. The second, it must be like something that's coached into like the second you're in that box, the second you feel contact, you go down. There's no need for fucking optimism. There's no need for all more sportsmanlike shit. Don't be doing the whole I wasn't touched or anything like that. Go down.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't dive, but
Yeah.
go down. And there's no coincidence. I mean, when at first when Bruno missed it, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, is this he missed one in the last game? Is this going to be a thing now? But I mean, the second run up, the second time, it was taking it. I thought, just don't do the hop skip and the shot, just fucking run up and strike it. But he did it, and it came off this time. That's the thing about doing that penalty thing that he does, where he runs, takes a jump, and hits it. When it goes in, it looks fantastic. When it fails, you look like a fucking idiot. Berbatov used to do something similar with us as well. No, you didn't used to hop and jump and that, but you used to just roll him into one side like as if nonchalantly. And I remember he did it in the FA Cup semi-final and he missed, and he looked like an absolute dickhead for it.
Yeah, fair enough. What did you think of the tactics for the first half?
Got it spot on. Absolutely spot on. I cannot fault him for that. I think he's seen how we obviously beat PSG the last time. I think, like I heard the commentator say, they haven't been beaten at home in the group stages since 2004.
Yeah, that's 14 or 16 years.
Yeah, and I find it not, it's no coincidence. I think we're the last two teams to go there and beat them at that stadium in the Champions League. So yeah, I thought Ollie he got it right. I mean, like I said, like I obviously don't want to go too far ahead in the show, but I think Twanzebe, I actually forgot he were playing. I honestly forgot Twanzebe were playing. I thought it was Baggy. It was only when they said like I'm like, fuck me. That's when I think it was when he cut off Mbappe, when Mbappe is running, and I thought, and when he cut him off, and I'm like, okay, now that was good. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's Twanzebe, and I was like, oh my god. And the fact that you didn't hear a lot about him playing showed how good a game he actually had. You don't want your centre backs being talked about a lot, do you? If they're quiet, then it's kind of like if the centre back's doing his job correctly, then you shouldn't be talking about him.
Spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. Second half, Tuchel, Tuchel, however they were pronouncing it, Steve McManaman on BT Sport.
I hate that prick. I was here commentator.
But he obviously had quite some stern words for him at half time. I thought United were the better team in the first half. I thought they were absolutely spot on. Couldn't pick a fault anywhere in that first half. Every player did their job. De Gea, we'll talk about players at the end of the game, but second half then, Diedrich, they come out. Let's take some comments actually here first. AJK, welcome. Not seen you before, mate. He says we would have lost with Harry. No way he can keep up with Mbappe. Again, I want to mention that as well towards the end of the show.
That's a really good point. That is a really good point.
Was fantastic. George Carl says, I'm surprised McManaman is a commentator as most people hate him. Red says, I don't want to put a downer on it, but can't help but feel if Maguire would have played, we'd have conceded because of pace difference. Mate, Red, I totally agree with you. Mohamed Jabba says, Wan-Bissaka was man of the match. He was mint. Next graph. I hope I said that right. Welcome. Not seen you before. He says, if we keep McTominay and Fred in CDM role, every single United player will shine. The run, they recover. They modest. They're hard workers. They're positive, and they encourage each other. Again,
they do the dirty work.
Yeah, I think that's what you need in games like this, mate. You need someone in there to just mop up and do simple things well. Kylie says Fred and McTominay were all Paris 18 months ago. It's their backyard. Martin says, tell us Fred Bruno out weekend, lads, due to hemorrhoids from the love making I'm going to give. A lot of positivity in the comments.
Yeah, it's actually good. It feels good. I think the only time since I've started doing these, it's mostly been negative. And do you know what? It actually feels so refreshing to actually come away from a game like this and actually win. Because I think, when we beat Sevilla, when we beat Copenhagen in the semi-final of the quarter-final, of the fucking Europa League, it was like, and then obviously towards the end of Project Restart, we're like, yeah, but this was actually exciting. Everything was, it was just brilliant. And the only things I'll only pick up on, I'll discuss later on, was just some decision making. But apart from that, everything was brilliant, and it definitely would not have been the first 11 I'd have picked.
No, it
And
wasn't
I
for
mean,
me.
yeah, but it got that absolutely spot on, absolutely spot on. I mean, Tellez, I'd rather Tellez stayed on. I say that's the only thing that they did wrong. But maybe keep Tellez on and bring Shaw off, because Shaw, I think Shaw's days are numbered. If he expects to be a left back, he's got no hope. The fucking fact that Tellez can actually whip a ball in and he can take corners. I mean, I was absolutely, I knew he was good, but gee, I was absolutely in love with the guy. And it showed how good he is when he went off. You know, we had a few times when Shaw, he could have played Pogba in inside the channel, but he literally just carried on running with the ball. And then every single time he had the ball where Tellez was crossing him in from, he just kept stopping, turning back, passing back. I mean, if I were a striker and I were playing with Luke Shaw, he would fucking do my head in. It would infuriate me, because I'd be like, well, is the ball coming in? Is it not? Is it coming in? Is it not?
Yep.
You just don't know. At least when you get a thing with Tellez, you get somebody that's going to take someone on and drill one across or drill one into the air, so you know a ball's going to come in either way. With Shaw, it's like, is the ball going to come in? It's not. It's just, nah. Tellez was fucking unreal tonight. Absolutely unreal. And that's the only thing I'd say he probably got wrong, taking him off. But I suppose maybe Shaw's better defensively. I don't know, but fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, that game.
Well, I'm seeing quite a lot of numbers for people watching. It's going up to 16. Sometimes it's gone up to 20 people watching. So if you're
Positivity
new,
breeds positivity.
yeah, if you're new to the channel, please hope you like the video. Hope you stick around. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we just do this to talk about United and to spread some positivity about at the minute. So hope you enjoy
And get famous.
Second half, Diedrich. While you have a think about the second half, I'm going to read some comments out here. Red says he can't wait to see Cavani on the end of those Tellez crosses.
Oof.
George says Tellez was out of this world. AJK says goes to show we're not a 1 or 2 star player team. Team strength looks deeper. All the transfers under all been on point. Mark says click the like button. United Alex 7 says, man, it's going to be tough against Leipzig, so I think it will. Yeah. And Dia says, love Tellez passing and ability, great aggressive player. Second half. So they come out. United, I thought first 5 minutes were a little bit cagey again, right up until the Rashford chance where he squares it across to Martial and there's just too much on the final ball.
Yeah.
Wrong decision. I think if there's any fault for me tonight, I'm going to dig at that because he was clear.
I can think of a few that I'm going to get into later on, but
right.
I would definitely will get into that. I'd say the only dodgy period was after the own goal, because I mean, and even after the own goal, it was only like for a minute or two. When that own goal went in, I was like, I expected us to buckle, and I thought, you know what, if it's going to be one of those games where we play well, but somehow it just doesn't think it. But after that, we literally just gathered. I don't know. I think I don't know whether it was the fact that Bruno was the captain and stuff like that. But after that, we didn't lose our heads. There's no real period after you concede a goal like that against the rule of play where people just start losing their minds and shit. But it only happened for a minute or two, and it was like straight back to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was George who put it in the comments earlier. The only negative I could really, and it is slim pickings, but the only thing I could really say is maybe them two up top were just a little bit wasteful in the chances.
100%. I mean, we can get into it now, but right. So I pulled in a few things. This is probably the only thing that negative I've got to say, and it was absolutely fucking infuriating me. I think I even tweeted it out of my own personal account because it was just up until the point when we scored, I was thinking, if we can get something right here, we can win this. And I thought, is it going to be one of those games where we're going to be coming away from PSG away and going, we should have beat them? And even if we had, that would have been a decent result. I mean, if you'd have offered anyone this result when the draw was made, a draw at PSG, they took it. But I think when Rashford gets played in, he makes the wrong choice by trying to pass it into Martial. I think he should run with that further and then maybe do something with it. I think the next time Rashford then gets in a couple of minutes later, instead of passing it, he decides to run with it. He runs with it and then somebody tackles him. I think then Bruno gets it on that outside the D. He decides to shoot. He shouldn't have shot. He should have maybe tried to find a pass. Because I was just keeping tabs on all this. There was also one where Rashford plays in Bruno. Plays in Bruno. Bruno goes to pass it to Martial, whereas he should have shot.
Mm-hmm.
It then comes back to Rashford on his left foot, and he shoots when he should have passed. It was just like, I was just thinking to myself, if we can get one of these right, we will win this game. It was just, when it came to the final third, we was doing everything that you shouldn't be doing. We was doing everything in reverse. And I was thinking, please don't let this be one of those games where we rue these chances. Because it's happened in the past where we've absolutely dominated teams and we've created loads of chances. We just haven't won. And I thought, is this going to be one of those games? Because against the likes of PSG, when the chances are coming few and far between, you need to be clinical. But obviously, we did get the goal through Rashford, and I was absolutely ecstatic for it. But I think, just decision making let us down. I think if decision making would have been better tonight, I think we could have done them about 4-1, 3-1.
Well, I think towards the end of the game, when he took off Di Maria and Herrera and brought on two young lads, I think Tuchel, Tusk, however you want to say it, I think he knew then the game was done with, I think it was about 7-8 minutes left of the game. Even with Neymar and Mbappe still on there. To me, Neymar, I thought Scott McTominay did an absolute fucking belter of a job on Neymar tonight.
100%.
Absolute belter. Reminisced of Herrera on Hazard against Chelsea.
Don't talk about Herrera. Still,
I know,
that
mate,
was horrible tonight. That was absolutely horrible. I mean, I felt like that. I mean, I know he's nowhere near as good as Ronaldo and stuff like that. And I know I'm just shouldn't be making this comparison, but it felt like when Ronaldo came home and when we played against Ronaldo, I still love him because he's a United great, but I don't want him to do well. But I'm not saying Herrera's a United great. Just for me, he's one of my favourite players. It was horrible playing against watching because I was like, I don't want him to do well. I want him to I want him to get injured or something.
Watching the boys walk off the pitch as well, I thought it was a nice touch from Ollie to actually he did when they were going down, he did actually shake his hand and put his arm around him.
I'd kill to have Ander Herrera, but I literally would. But yeah, I mean, Di Maria, he can fuck off. But I just can't. I'm just ecstatic. It's just absolutely brilliant to get that win.
So it then goes 1-1. Very, very unfortunate own goal by Martial. I hope this isn't going to become a thing now because it was Luke Shaw the last game. It's Martial this game. Hopefully, third time lucky, it don't happen again against Chelsea. But I thought
we've got them at weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the games are coming thick and fast now, but I think
this is what you want.
Minutes,
you want to be playing the best teams. Get these out of the way. If somebody would have told us after we got dick 6-1 at home to Spurs that in the first game of the Champions League we'd have beat PSG away from home, you'd have fucking laughed your head off.
Yeah, definitely. But United, they had a couple of minutes after the own goal, regroup. They got settled again, back in PSG faces. I thought Fred and McTominay in doing the CDM role, just doing the fucking bulldog sort of shit, just getting in their faces, roughing them up. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And then the amount of chances, like you said there, the one with Bruno, the miss, Rashford on his left foot, Navas saving it.
I mean, there are even some that I can think of to mind. I remember Fred was guilty of it as well. Fred, there's one where he should play Rashford in, but he decides to play in Wan-Bissaka. Do you know what I mean? If we've had a bit more nous to our game, we could have absolutely obliterated them, and it wouldn't have been against the realms of possibility. The chances were there.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, McTominay, I've never seen Neymar as quiet. And the fact Tuanzebe and Wan-Bissaka just literally bullied Mbappe. I mean, this shit doesn't make sense. That shouldn't be happening. But
absolutely right.
Yeah.
I
mean, if Tuanzebe can stay fit, sorry to interrupt you, Marcus.
All right, yeah, go on.
But if Tuanzebe can stay fit, fucking, it should be. I mean, obviously Maguire isn't going to be dropped. We all know that. I think the only reason he's not made it tonight was through injury, which was almost a blessing in disguise. Because, like I said, I do think Mbappe or Neymar would have fucking had his number. But I think if Tuanzebe can stay fit and he can play at that level that he did tonight, I think Lindelof should be almost good because I think Tuanzebe was absolutely incredible tonight. Incredible.
I thought he was. We shall do ratings in about 5 minutes, Diedrich. The Rashford goal, I was screaming. Well, not literally screaming, but I was getting the up with Martial a bit because, and Pogba, to be fair, there was a couple of times when they're opening their bodies on the turn, they're making that yard of space where they could have shot. They could have,
and they're checking another touch rather than having a strike.
Playing it safe. And I thought to myself, for fuck's sake, Pogba's got great ability for shooting. We've seen some spectacular goals over the years that he scored. Martial, as we know, cutting in from that left-hand side onto his right foot, can score a belter as well. And I was urging them to just have a go with it. And then all of a sudden, Rashford, gets it on that right-hand side and fucking thunders it into the far left corner of the goal, in off the post, I think it was. And I was absolutely, I was hoping that Pogba or Martial could do that because Rashford had the beating of his man all night long. His man just could not keep up with him. Martial, I felt sorry in some instances because he was being doubled up on.
And like I said, if I felt sorry for Martial tonight because I think if Rashford could have got some of his earlier stuff better, I think Martial could have had a couple of goals tonight.
Yeah.
I really do.
But I've got to say, I slate him for this as well, and I hold my hands up because I do slate him for it. I don't think he's Manchester United number 9. I would prefer Rashford as number 9, but his hold-up play tonight, Martial, his upper body strength was absolutely fantastic. Absolute top draw. He could hold that ball up. I see him on the halfway line a couple of times when we're trying to play off the counter from their corners, holding it up, and I'm thinking, yeah, go on. In a normal instance, in a Premier League game, he would probably go down looking for a free kick.
Yeah.
But tonight,
that referee,
for some reason...
There's not many games I'd say the referee had a good one, but he did. It weren't like a little petty shit goal. It wasn't because that's always the fear when you play against. I mean, I don't like slagging off world class players, but that's what you get with the likes of Neymar and stuff like that, isn't it? I think a weaker referee could have potentially fucked that game up for us. And let's not forget, McTominay was on a yellow for a good period of time, and he was the one marking Neymar. That could have gone horribly wrong if it had had a different referee.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I've just got a DM here from Mark.
What's he want?
Right, when we do the player ratings, Mark says, can we do it in A's, B's, and CDs to tie in with the report card one? Yeah, sorry about that. It's completely off topic, but yeah, sorry about that. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do then. So eventually we get the game 1, 2-1.
Tim's come on and tell us himself.
I'll send him a link. Let's have a look at the comments. Chris is in. There's a lot of people in here tonight, so I'm just going to say thank you all for joining. We've got the usual suspects in here, but there are a couple of new names that I'm seeing. Like AJK,
the usual delinquents.
Yeah. Next Graph is in here. Next Graph wants us to do the ratings. So United win the game. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. that's one of the best games of football I've seen in a long while from United overall as a team. I thought it was great. I thought it was absolutely superb. And do you know what? I know the last match in Paris meant more because there was more at stake, but I preferred this game overall than that one for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
why.
that's
I just
controversial.
found
That
I found United sat back an awful lot in that quarter final. I think it was, or the last 16.
I'd probably
But
do it
this
the
game,
opposite way. Although I
yeah,
really did enjoy tonight's game, that game was just fucking. The fact that we got the winner in the last minute, which let's be honest, it was a generous penalty.
yeah.
Even Lukaku scoring against a big team, and that PSG team was better than this one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they were probably the PSG of last season is better than this team here. But some would say that we had a worse team last season than what we got
No,
this
because
season.
it wasn't last season. It was season before. It
Yeah.
was Lukaku. I think everything. You know, I'd say the spectacle was better. We were against it. We were 2-0 down from the first leg. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember there was a video going around of Rashford taking the penalty with fucking Titanic music.
Titanic
It's
music.
just
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. Just
Um,
seeing Neymar's face at the side, like that oh, fucking weird. I mean, granted, we got absolutely spanked in the next game, but that was just an amazing night. The pink kit, the belt, oh, everything, amazing.
actually, you mentioned again. What do you think of this kit tonight? The white and black.
I can't say
It's a bit zebra-like,
I
isn't it? Don't you
fucking
think?
bought it yesterday. It's coming tomorrow. I bought that one and the red one. I got it on sale on Berry.
Oh, okay. I was looking at it and I thought,
It's growing on me. It's growing on me. At first, I hated it. At first, I was
yeah,
like, "That's fucking rank." But I got the pink one last other season because we beat PSG in it. So I
I
have to
love
get
the
this
pink.
one now.
I love the pink one. I love the Trinity one as well that they brought out.
Yeah, I did like that one, but I think it's quite a tight fit, that one, and I put on a bit of weight since then, so I look pregnant in it. So I don't wear it anymore.
Right, let's get into it. Let's get some comments in. Kylie says we're much better in games against better opposition. Ollie has a very good record against big sides, unless it's a semi-final. George, don't bring us down, mate. Come on, don't bring it down.
It's right though. It's complete polar opposite to the likes of
Well,
fucking Mourinho.
yeah.
Mourinho was quite crap against the big teams.
I mean, don't forget, Klopp has lost a few finals and semis in his time. You know, so
Like
it's not. It's not
speaking
too
of
similar.
semis, that game, give me one.
Right, let's go into ratings then. So A, B, C, D's, and E's, I think it is. So let's go straight away. And David De Gea for you,
Uh,
Diedrich, and everyone
uh,
in the comments. Right, you're going for A, yeah,
Flawless. For the
mate.
shit some of the shit that De Gea's done over the last few years, it would have been very easy for him to drop a bollock tonight. But concentration was switched on. So
Yep.
really good saves. I think that one in the first half from Kurizawa, point blank, just brilliant.
I totally agree with you, mate. I think the competition now with Henderson behind him has really fucking turned him on now in his head. I think it's great. Kylie says A, AJK says A, Mark says A plus. I hope Next puts his rating in because he's the one that wanted us to do it. You go to the back three then. Twanzebe was on the right. What do you give Twanzebe?
A-star.
A star, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been very easy. Again, the guy hasn't played since. I think BT
December.
Sports said he hasn't played again since Colchester.
Yeah.
So again, December last year. So the first game back, and you've got to defend against Mbappe, Di Maria. Obviously, he's a cunt, but we all know he's good. Neymar. I thought it was absolutely flawless. And like I said, if he can stay fit all season, I think he should be the first defender on the team sheet. Never mind fucking Maguire.
Okay. Dia says De Gea's an A. Next, there we go. Next says De Gea A. AJK says A plus, world class. Dia says tactically we were better and stronger. Kylie says amazing recovery versus Mbappe when he got what for De Gea. Yeah, Mum says A plus for De Gea. Right. Mark says Twanzebe A star. A lot of high ratings for Twanzebe. I thought he had a fantastic game. I really did, and I'm going to give him an A as well. Next one, Lindelof was in the centre. I'll start with Lindelof then. Again, I'm going to say an A. I thought absolutely foot perfect.
Didn't put a foot wrong at all.
No, and you know what? I know he didn't play tonight, but I'm going to mention Harry Maguire here, and I'm going to mention again what I said about a month ago. I don't think it's these defenders that we've already got that we've got to be looking at. I think it's got to be the new lad that's making the mistakes. He's not quick enough as a defender, and I don't think he was the right buy. I think everyone, just because he's a new signing, Harry Maguire, everyone is thinking he's the problem. We need a partner for Harry Maguire. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite. I think we've got a defensive partnership in Twanzebe, Lindelof, or Bailly. And yeah, I mean that's my thoughts on it. Mark says Lindelof A. Next Gaff says B. Dia says Twanzebe is an A plus. Next says Twanzebe an A. Dia says Mum with a heart.
That's how the fuck. You remember the idea?
George Carl says Lindelof A as well. Made no mistakes. Luke Shaw was left-sided centre back. Go on, Diedrich. You go for this one.
B.
B. Yeah.
B.
Any particular reason not as good as the other two?
I just think when Tellez went off and he went to left back, I just think it didn't offer anything. I think it was literally same old Luke Shaw, gets to the byline, can put a ball in, stops, cuts back, passes it to the winger, and he just I don't know what he's got against fucking whipping in the cross. And when he does it, it's normally hard and low. It's normally just like it's like a little shitty pass one. It's not even a hard and low like Valencia. Just fucking put it in there and hope where it's going. It's just I don't know. I was screaming, and when he got the ball, I think he could have, like I said earlier on, Pogba was in the channel, and he has the chance to play him inwards. And rather than that, he decided to run with it till he gets fouled. And it's stuff like that really infuriates me because I'm thinking if you play that ball in, the ball is quicker than you. Play the fucking ball. Don't play for the foul. Play the ball. Get the foul further up the pitch. Don't fucking go, I'm going to keep running this. It just pissed me off on that one.
Mark said,
apart from that defensively, it was what he did well.
Yeah. Mark said Lindelof A minus. Next Gaff says Luke Shaw B. Mark says Shaw B plus. Kylie says Shaw A again. I think left centre back suits him well. I totally agree with you, Kylie. I think that's where he should play at left centre back. I really do.
He's just not the tallest, is he? I'd say that's the only thing they'd probably go against him.
Next Gaff said he's tweeted me. Okay, mate. I will get back to you. I promise. I will get back to you. Right, we'll go to the right again. Wan-Bissaka then.
A star.
A star, yeah. Mate,
for a guy that's had quite a lot of shit lately, and let's not lie on this one, he's had a fucking mare lately. Yeah. I think that goal against fucking West Newcastle was just doing him a world of good. I mean, the tackle he did to Mbappe, where literally just takes it just off him, just about to shoot, and then a couple of seconds later, he does the exact same thing to Moise Keane, just outside the box. That was just absolutely class. Absolutely, it pissed me off going forward. I think a lot of the times. Because you know what he's going to do. He's just going to chop on his right-hand side and try and put it across. But I think defensively, he was absolutely out of this world. It's not like he was playing against fucking Danny Ings or Charlie Austin. Oh. He was playing against fucking Mbappe, Di Maria, Neymar.
Yeah, mate, I think, again, Wan-Bissaka, one thing I do love about him is his sliding tackles. I think that is an art that is being phased out of the game.
They always say stay up, don't they? They say don't go to ground. But he just does it and he gets it.
Well, I'll just say this is why I like Rojo so much, mate. He didn't give a toss. He went in
He's
with
just
his
a
feet.
fucking nutter
I
though.
know he
He
was
wasn't going with
great.
one foot. He's going with two.
I thought he was great at sliding tackles. But Wan-Bissaka, yes, I think A for me. Um, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the best defensive player we have, says Kylie. He also says an A. Next Gaff says A. Mark says Wan-Bissaka A. Not quite flawless. He let two crosses through. His sliding tackle was caught in it. It was, mate. It was, but it paid off. I think if you look at the whole game, as a whole, it paid off. How many sliding tackles did he get in on Neymar and Mbappe down the
Mm.
side? Absolutely fantastic. Jack Johnny, welcome, mate. Not seen you before. He says, at times I felt that even our forward were a little bit off today. We lacked intensity. We can be much better, much dangerous than this. It was a good win. Yeah,
Yeah, we
totally
should,
agree.
like I said earlier on, we should have won that. If we'd got a few better things going in the final third, we could have won that about 4-5-1.
Yeah, yeah. If they were just
Mm.
not as wasteful as they were, and
Mm.
actually went for goal, I thought, yeah, it could have been, mate. Could have been much better scoreline than that. Um, I think the scoreline's a bit deceiving as well, because I think United,
Yeah,
I reckon,
we didn't get enough. Yeah,
no,
but
I
and
think to
how
start to
often could you
finish, we
say
were
that?
better too.
How often could you say that against fucking PSG?
Yeah,
It's not
I
like
thought
we're
we were
playing
better too.
Stoke.
Right, on to the new lad, debut. He did come off towards, I think it was about
Yeah.
75 minutes. Alex
Mm-hmm.
Tellers, I know you got high hopes, Diedrich, so you can go first here, mate.
I'd love to give him an but I have to give him like a B plus. Just, I think if he'd have finished the game, he'd have got an maybe even A plus from it. But I think I can't really give someone an A if he didn't even finish the game. Maybe that's due to fitness reasons, or maybe we just thought we'd be a little bit more defensive. But I think it was absolutely great. The fact that, like I said, that some of his corners is playing well, like fucking hell, it's how he's taking a corner. It's
Yeah,
absolutely wicked. And the fact the balls he were putting in, absolutely unreal. It wasn't even like it was doing it from a standing start almost. It was like standing up, touch bang, and that's what you want from your centre back. I think centre back. What am I about? Left back. I think the more he plays, the more we will actually become more dangerous down that left hand side. Because you're not telling me your likes of your right winger and your centre forward aren't going to love that. The fact that they know they've now got a left back that isn't going to fucking fuck about with it, start going pass, come inside, come outside. He's literally thinking one thing: get the ball and fucking drill it in, put it
yeah.
in hard and high, and that's the thing about Tellez. He's not afraid to have a shot either. He's got a fucking strike on him.
United Alex says here, we know we'll make mistakes in defence, but his crosses are different. And I got to
Uh,
say,
he's
I
different
saw
gravy.
that first cross I've seen it with George Kyle. Um, I was amazed at a left back crossing like that because it's been so long since I think the last ball like that I saw was on the opposite flank when we played Young Boys, and it was Delo. We played Young Boys away. In the first 2-3 minutes, I think I saw two crosses going by Delo on that right hand side,
uh,
and they were phenomenal. They were phenomenal. I've not seen
when
it
the
since then.
ball's drilled in that hard as well, you don't need
Yes.
to generate a lot of power. All you got to do is get a bit of a glancing flick, and it's flying in. It's not one of them that's floated in. The defender has time to set and then looks at it coming in, or your forward's almost got to put a bit more power on it and loop it. That comes in. It's literally just a glance, and it's fucking in.
Yeah, I thought the pace and the curl on the ball
Mm.
from his in swingers from the corners, I thought was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, we
absolutely
could have got a
amazing.
few goals from corners tonight. How often can you
Yeah.
say that as well?
Well, I mean, someone's just put here, Kylie McTominay should have buried
Tommy
loads of
should
his
have
corners.
buried. Martial should have buried in the second
Yeah,
half from that
they're
corner from Bruno.
very, very precise, mate, on corners. This guy, he knows how to put a ball in. He really does. Next graph says Tellez B. Mark says Tellez B. George says Tellez A. Star 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 star.
We don't have
I,
to see Luke Shaw play there
yeah.
anymore.
Do you know what? I think for a debut and to last 70 minutes or 75 minutes, he's only been training with the first team since I think I read it was last Tuesday or Wednesday. He
Yeah,
came in.
because of the restrictions.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a A. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I really do. I think that whole back line, back three, back five, whatever you call it, was fantastic. Really do, really solid. Well, right, let's go with Fred. Fred's a controversial one to some people in the comments, especially. I actually thought he did a good game. I really did. I thought he did donkey work. He tidied up. Fred being Fred again, couple of loose passes, but nothing major where it
Yeah,
was a problem.
but yeah, normally when Fred drops a clanger or drops a pass, it's normally like just in front of the defender, isn't it?
Well,
Whereas he was losing balls further up the pitch, which I can deal with, I guess.
yeah, I mean, there was a few times when PSG had the corners and he was leading the counter
Yeah.
attack, and I thought, fucking hell, Fred, he ain't that quick. But by God, he got to the halfway line. You know, they were struggling to catch him.
Mm.
But I thought he had a great game. Great for a
Yeah.
CDM. I thought he was great. So I'm going to give Fred. I don't think he was as good as the back line, but Fred for me was at least a B plus for me.
Yeah,
At least.
I'd probably go B, flat B.
Yeah. Flat B. United Alex, Jack Johnny says Pele's crossing very good. We have been missing this. We have been missing this years. When Shaw
It
crosses the
was
ball, he expects someone will get it, but Tele's crossing is with purpose and targeted.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
almost like when he started seeing him actually do it, I'm like, oh, what's he doing?
yeah.
I didn't know left backs could cross the ball
Yeah.
anymore. I thought it was outlawed.
Zizu Fives in here as well. Welcome, mate. Hope you're all right. He says so many good performances.
Definitely,
Just put that up
definitely.
there. Next gaff says Fred is an A star. And again, George Carl says, and again, he's another player who I really don't rate, so it is an honest rating.
What's George giving? Because obviously George can't stand him, can
George give Fred an A,
he? Give
which
him an A.
yeah. I mean, Carly's not a lover of Fred,
Yeah,
um,
that's
but yeah, as I mean, this is what we want. You know, this is what the channel's about. If you like
made me
players,
think I'm being a bit fucking harsh now.
yeah, no, mate. I mean, this is the best thing about it. The community here, and I'm not bigging us up, but with us as well, and who comes on the shows, there's no agendas, mate. It's just a natural rating. You do it for what you see on the telly or at the game. You know, that's it. Your opinion on the night. Scott McTominay,
Same
you can
again.
go with it. Yeah,
I'd probably say same again. A B. In fact, no. B plus. I think McTominay was slightly better than him because
yeah,
I think the job that he did on Neymar, especially on the yellow, was underrated. I think he left a bit on a few players as well, sneakily. But yeah, I thought he did his job absolutely brilliant. It wasn't. It was nothing flashy, nothing spectacular. Just good, hard, gritty work. And
yeah.
you know, obviously Neymar did a few things, got past him a few times. But you're going to expect that. You're not going to marshal someone completely out of the game. But I thought he did absolutely fantastic.
I love McTominay tonight, mate. I thought he's phenomenal. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal, keeping a talent like Neymar quiet for a good, I would say 70, 75 minutes overall,
Mm.
and on a yellow card as well for the whole of that second half. Um, I thought he did a fantastic job on Neymar. I'm going to give McTominay an A. I thought he was great. He was doing more than Fred. Fred seems to be the one to tidy up. McTominay was
Mm.
the one to marshal the midfield in a way because he was man marking Neymar. I thought he
I
was
thought
great.
Fred going back onto Fred, I thought he carried the ball well, though. I do agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that often from Fred. Normally, he gets the ball and he just kind of plays it out wide. But I thought he really did well to obviously carry the ball and get us further forward.
Do you remember what Kante used to do at Leicester? Just sit there in front of your back four,
Just break
get
stuff
your
up.
footed. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's Fred's job, mate. Nothing fancy, nice and simple. Go in on a player, take a tackle and just play it safe. That's it. I think that's his job, mate. Nothing
Yeah,
complicated
I
about that.
think if he can get his passing a bit better, Because, like I said, he was a bit wasteful going forward. I think
Yeah.
he was one of the people at fault for a few things as well going forward. I think but Fred's always going to be one of them that divides opinions, isn't it?
Yeah. United Alex says, let's just say that system isn't possible with Pogba instead of Fred. We'll talk about that, mate, after the ratings. Mark is giving McTominay A minus. Next Gaff says McTominay A. Kylie says McTominay A as well. Very combative. He and Fred know each other well after last season when they played together so often. McTominay was just pure gold. Said, I think that was next. Yes, it was. Chris, mate, how you doing? He says, I thought our midfield was very good defensively, but we were very wasteful in possession at times. McTominay gets a B minus for me. Fred gets a B. Jack Johnny said Fred plays well when he is not pressed. When he pressed, he loses the ball easily. He can be good as he can pass with both feet. That's another thing as well.
I'd say normally agree with that one, but I think the way he carried the ball out, I think they were pressing, but I think he pressed the ball outwards better than he normally would. Yeah. Normally, you'd expect him to fuck up a bit, but.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, normally he's in a rush to get rid of that ball, isn't he? Especially on the counter. He's normally in a rush, but I mean, there were a couple of times tonight, he was carrying it to the halfway line.
Yeah.
Running a foot. Yeah, it was really, really good. Bruno, captain tonight. What did you make of him?
I love Bruno. It frustrates the living fuck out of me, or sometimes he really does. But I suppose that's what you get with a player like him. He's going to take risks sometimes, and he's going to make the wrong choices a few times as well. Like I said, he did. I think the penalty wasn't that great, the first one. The second one fucking scared the shit out of me. I didn't think he should have done that the second time, but it came off. If I've got to say, if that didn't come off the second time, we would all be calling for his head. And I'm right on that one. I thought when he obviously got played in, he made the wrong choice. He also had a strike from he shouldn't really have been taken. But and people are going to say, like, why are you giving him an A then? I just thought he didn't look like that armband was weighing heavy on him. It didn't look like it affected his game whatsoever. It looked like he'd been the captain for years. Just took it like he has done at United since he first came in. He just took it in his stride, and for that reason alone, I'm giving him an A.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm probably being generous. I probably am being generous, but it's my opinion. So fuck it.
I thought he had a good first half. I thought second half he looked a bit laboured for me, a bit heavy leg towards the end of the game. I'm going to give him a B plus. I don't think he was his usual self. I agree with you about the armband. It looks a natural fit for him. It really does. People seem to respond to him. I noticed he was having a couple of words with Wan-Bissaka at half time as they were going off. And when they came on the second half, he was, I think he was talking to McTominay and pointing in the pitch. I thought he a good game, a decent game, not a brilliant game. But he's had some exceptional games since he's been at United. He's such a big influence, I think, for United. He's the most creative player we've got. And by his own standards of what I've seen, tonight he didn't seem himself. There was, like I say, a bit tired, maybe. I don't know, but
quite possibly
B plus for me.
I mean, you always tell how good of a player he is by how rival fans take him. Yeah. Rival fans hate him, so it obviously shows he's doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, mate, it'll be all over Twitter again when it Penanded, Penchester United. Next graph is Bruno C. He was dead after 70 minutes. Was like, why has Ollie not changed him? Bruno was wasteful, says Kylie, very off by his standards. Chris says, I think we just have to remember PSG have had a very poor start to their season, so let's not get too excited. We still have a lot to work on. Um,
But you can only beat what's put out in front of you. Let's not forget,
yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
this team got to the final of the Champions League last season. It's not like we're playing a bunch of farmers.
yeah. George says, oh, "This is good. This is good." George says, "Diedrich gives Bruno an A, no matter what. No matter what. Like I give Pogba an A, no matter what."
No, 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 no.
um,
Maybe.
Chris says he loves Bruno. He's such a fighter. Carly says, "I think B for Bruno. Good pen and some good balls, but there were some poor decisions in there, like the front two."
Yeah.
And United Alex says, "You lot actually thought Bruno was poor tonight." I don't think he was poor, mate. I just think he just seemed a bit off. It wasn't his usual self. Couple of the shots that he had tonight, very off, way off target. I thought.
Mm.
I mean, I hate to sound like I'm moaning about the weather, but a slick pitch and the fucking rain that was hammering down does play a part in that.
Yeah, definitely. If it's pissing down, you are going to want to get him on goal just in case it fucking palms it upwards or something,
Yeah,
especially. Yeah.
yeah. Martial,
Or maybe even hard and low. Grass cutter.
right?
Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Martial, how do you think you did?
I'd say B minus.
Be honest, yeah. I mean, did you like what you see? Things you
No,
didn't
no,
like?
no, no. In fact, no. I'm going to change it. C. C.
You thought he was
I've,
the worst United player then, so I can't imagine you giving Rashford a C.
you'll see what I've got up my sleeve for Rashford. Yeah, I just thought. You see, it's hard. It was really hard to give an honest opinion on Martial because it was like, was he starved? Did he do with the best with it? I think it was starved of a lot of it, lot of the ball. But at the same time, whenever he did get a chance, he fuck it. Let's not forget the guy scoring no goal. Fair enough, it's a bit of one. But whenever he did, he got the penalty, which is good. But with a couple of things I found him quite wasteful. Like when he gets the ball on that left hand side, he's running his man. He doesn't even pivot, score either way. He just kind of runs into him like some on pro ego. Yeah, and I think the over the 1-2, what he did with Pogba, I think he should have done better with that. I also think he should have better with the goal he nearly scored from the corner. His hold up play, yeah, Josh Taylor says there, his hold up play was fantastic. But as a striker, someone there to score goals, I just don't think he had the best night tonight. But yeah, it's hard because I don't want to be too critical. I really don't. Because I love Martial. I think Martial can be on number 9, but it's just I just think you're a little bit wasteful tonight. Well,
You're sticking with a C then, yeah?
yeah, I've got C plus. C
C
plus.
plus. I'm going to give him. I'm going to be a bit generous on, compared to your rate. I'm going to give him a B. I agree with Josh and what you said. I thought the hold up play is fantastic. I think Ollie got that spot on with Rashford and Martial. Martial there to hold the ball up. Rashford was the one to do the running in behind. Two different tactics, two different players. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, he held the ball up well. He did a great turn to win the penalty. Apart from that, I don't think you can say anything that good about him. I don't remember him having any major chances apart from the header in the second half that went
And
over.
the 1-2 he played with Pogba when it comes
Yeah,
to him and he fucking tackles somebody rather than having a shot.
yeah. I mean, apart from that, again, nothing fancy, but he did what was needed. He held the ball up, brought others into play. Um, yeah, and that was it. And I thought it worked. So not a great game by his standards, but did the job that Ollie wants. So a B for me. Um, Mark's giving Marco a C plus. Carly says a bullet header into his own net. No, not that one, Carly. That the header after that, mate. Um, he won the pen, good hold up play, but so wasteful, and that own goal was atrocious. Well, the own goal,
Yeah,
though,
the own
why
goal,
would
it
you
didn't need
have?
to be done. It didn't need to jump.
No, why would you have a centre forward, though, that close to the goal?
He's not the
Especially
only.
with his pace, right? I would have thought he'd have been outside the box there, to be honest.
Yeah, ready to break. And
Yeah,
the fact that he closed his eyes on it as well,
yeah,
fucking. Oh.
yeah.
Do you
The
remember when
replay
Lukaku?
made it look bad.
Do you remember when Lukaku did something similar against Man City at
Oh
home
yeah,
when the fucking ball came to him, he went to scream it out and it just went straight to fucking Otamendi.
yeah, yeah.
It
But
just pissed
again,
me off. I don't agree with strikers defending. Strikers are not defenders.
um, yeah, that's the only thing I would question. Why was he not outside the box, ready to break because of the pace?
Yeah.
Carly said he had no pressure. Yeah, Mark says Martial C plus. Next graph says Martial C. I want Rashi alone up front. Martial is just moody, poor. I felt sorry for Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Fred. Hard work where Martial scored an own goal. Yeah, I think the majority there. United Alex says Martial Rashford aren't even small, but they never challenge for headers. Desperately lacking the aerial threat up front. I think
I
this is
think
where
that's where
Cavani comes
Cavani,
in. Then.
yeah.
Yeah, this is where Cavani comes in. Ollie's stupid, man. He's not. People may say he's a PE teacher and Gollum and stuff like that, but he knows
God.
what United need. Well, they
Fucking
do, don't they? I
Smeagol.
mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, right, what would you give
Just
Ollie?
picture him. Go on, sorry.
What would you give Ollie tonight?
We're not doing Rashford.
Oh, gee, yeah, I totally forgot. Well, go on then. Yeah, Rashford. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
uh,
Sorry, people.
uh, I think if Rashford hadn't have got that goal, I think Rashford would have been the worst player on the pitch. So I
No,
think he saved. Yeah, I think he saved he saved his game, and I'm going to give him a B.
yeah,
And I like I've said before, Rashford's my favourite player. It brings me no comfort. But if he did not get that goal, he would have fucked up so many chances. It would have, like I said, it would have fucked up the first one where he should have fucking ran with it instead of passing it to Martial. That's one. He also then fucking gets another chance to break and decides to run with it rather than passing with it he should have passed it instead of running with it. He also then does the fuck up for fucking the rebound where he takes it on with his left foot, the shot, whereas he should have passed that to Martial to the left. It would have been an open net. I
mm-hmm.
think if we hadn't won this game, he would be the first one we'd be pointing our finger at. And I don't know whether that's me being overly critical of Rashford because I expect a bit more. But like I said, his finish in the game was absolutely fantastic. But if he hadn't scored that, I think there'd have been a lot of people on his back.
I'm going to give him a B plus. I think he was the better out of the front. He scored the goal. Again, similar to Martial, he's chasing long balls and lost causes the majority of that game because they're looking for that ball over the top for him. They're not playing it into his feet. Again, very similar to the goal that he got against Newcastle.
Mm.
The ball over the top, down the channel. And you just say to him, mate, go chase that and put it in the net. So
I
for
forgot
me,
about the whole
yeah,
5 sub thing. I was like, what the fuck? Why is there another 2 coming on? I'm like, it's
yeah,
Champions League, yeah.
yeah. Lionel's in the comments. How you doing, Lionel? I haven't seen him for a while. He says all those who called Ole a PE teacher sit down. Tactically outclassed the second best team in Europe. Rashford don't battle for aerial duels, says United Alex. Mark says to please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I hope you do. I'll put the banner thing up on the thing there. So hopefully,
You need to get it out flashing.
I do. Don't I? Get some strobe lights on there as well, around the
Oh
side.
yeah, a few
Um,
Christmas lights at Christmas intertwined.
so I think Rashford was the better of the two. United Alex makes a great point here. He says, "You see how ruthless Kane and Son are for Mourinho's counter attacks. That's true. They're fucking lethal. They are lethal at the minute." Josh Taylor says B plus for Rashford. Could have had a hat trick easy. Great battling for aerial duels. Poor awareness. Next graph says A plus. He was alone up front. Martial was not useful. Gave us a goal. Also ran back. Alex says Rashford was better than Martial though. Mark says Rashi B plus. Kylie's gone Rashford another C. Mark says we defended corners with 11 men in the box. No one forward, ready for the break. This was the thing. I just couldn't understand the marking system. Like for that own goal, it looked to me like a zonal sort of marking
I
system,
can't,
and
I
not a
can't,
man for man
yeah, I
because there
can't
was no one
stand
in front of
zonal
him.
marking.
Yeah,
Zonal marking is the worst thing to ever happen to defending. No,
yeah.
it never goes well. Whenever there's a fuck up at marking from defending, you literally 9 times out of 10 it comes from zonal marking because you
Yeah.
haven't been given a man. You can't get touch tight on someone, and you're always going to get people running into your area, your zone. You're never going to
Mm.
get a run on someone. Whereas if you touch tight to someone, you're not allowing them to get a run on you.
Um, Lionel says, "What balls to change formation to attack him when you draw into an elite team and play a diamond, and then took over and almost destroyed them? Ollie's at the wheel. Bring on Chelsea." United Alex says, "Our bench changes games nowadays." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it will be for the better as well when Martial's suspension is up and
yeah.
Cavani's
That
around.
I can't wait to start seeing more of Donny van der Beek because
Mm.
I'm really excited about him. I mean, now you got to look at it and think we've got a lot of options. It's just up
Carly's
front where our options go a bit on that
Carly says
right wing.
Carly says Ollie A, credit where it's due, tactics and personnel
Yeah,
spot on.
A
Um,
star.
yeah, Mark says Ollie is an A. So you're going with an A star, yeah?
Yeah, tactically, absolutely outclassed Tuchel.
Yeah. I don't think you can. I don't
Tuchel,
think
sorry.
anyone can have a dig at him tonight. After that, I really don't.
Mm.
I think he knows how to play against the big
I
teams.
think, yeah, and he knows how to play against the teams that are going to attack us.
Yeah, yeah. He knows it works against City. It works against Liverpool. You know, it works in Europe. Sometimes it's not going to be pretty, and you've got to
Yeah,
surrender possession.
it's the games where we're the better team and we
Yeah,
outclass someone and dominate, and that's the ones where we struggle, which is backwards, but it's the truth.
yeah. Um, I I'm a big advocate of the 5-3-2, 3-5-2, whichever way people want to see it. I think it's a bit of a cheating formation. I think
I'd,
it, and there's room for manoeuvrability in the
I've
players.
just never liked it. I never will because you listen. It goes. It comes in handy the odd game like this, and like some other games. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to see this formation week in and week out. I really wouldn't because you literally your width. I've said it before. Your width comes from Wan-Bissaka and Tellez, and whereas Tellez is good, Wan-Bissaka I don't trust Wan-Bissaka enough to provide enough coverage on that right hand side, on that right flank, because you don't play with right back or left back, you play with a wing back.
hmm.
And I just don't think that Wan-Bissaka offers that much going forward, so you'd be pretty much relying on any balls coming in from that right hand side from Wan-Bissaka.
um, I think I know fans don't they want to see flamboyant football. They want to see fast attacking football. But I think the 5/3-5-2, 5-3-2, whatever you call it, I think it just suits the personnel that we have. I really do. It may not suit the style, the Manchester United style, but it suits the personnel. And I think there are so many players that look dodgy in certain positions. Pogba's not a CDM. Luke Shaw is bad at left back.
You know what I wouldn't mind seeing if we're going to go back to the three up top? I wouldn't mind seeing um, up top. I wouldn't mind seeing Cavani as the striker, Martial on the left, Rashford on the right, and then Cavani as the 10, and then Pogba and Matic behind him. So I think you'll then get with Cavani someone who's big and strong to hold the ball up, who could then play in to the likes of Martial and Rashford.
Yeah. George, you can put the I in there. You know that way. You don't have to put an 8 in there. You can put the I in. Jesus, mate. He says, I don't think the formation will work against shit teams, though, Mark. Do you know what? You never know until you
I
try.
think
You never
I,
know.
I I think George, you should. I think that should have been a super chat. I think you need to give us money.
um, right. the subs. We'll do this quickly. Let's start with Van der Beek. What do you think?
Didn't really see much. I think it was only on for like a minute or two, weren't it? So see average.
Yeah, bang average. Didn't see nothing. No time to influence the game. Just
That's not
came
his
on to
fault.
run. No, he just came on to run the clock down. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people wanting to know about Pogba. Mark's gone Pogba C minus. Kylie's gone, Pogba A. Assist Rashford goal. Some amazing shielding on the ball. Injury
Yeah,
time
B.
in the corner.
Pogba B.
You gone Pogba B. I'm going to give him a B as well. B plus. He bit of a calming influence when he came on.
I thought he did a few good headers out of the box in thing areas.
Yeah, definitely. Next says Pogba A. His introduction helped 5 ball ahead. Also, Pogba Telles was a good move. Yeah, because it changed the formation, didn't it? They went to the 4-4-2. If I put the I in the rest of the comments, can't see him. Oh, really? Can't you? Oh, okay. United, Alex says less than Martial low. That's why I never see Jared's comments because he's always oh, okay. Who else came on? Dan James. What do you think?
Say it again. Just see.
See, yeah. Yeah. I didn't think he did much, to be honest. So yeah, C for me. Was that it? Was that all that came on?
Did we not use 5?
I don't know. I remember seeing Pogba. I remember seeing Van der Beek at the end. Dan James came on. I'm not sure. Can people in the comments? The only thing I saw, Alex says it here. The only thing I saw Dan James do was just chase down. That was it. I'm not even sure if he did touch the ball.
Yeah, that's why you literally can't really give much thingy because it wasn't exactly like they had like 30, 40 minutes. That's why I'd say, yeah.
Yeah. Mark says we only use 3, so that's the 3. Hard to find Van der Beek and James were rating for 6 minutes. Yeah, they weren't on. It was just a fucking shutdown time, wasn't it? Close it down. Yeah, but I think overall, Diedrich, sum it up for us.
Mint.
Yeah,
more of the same.
Mint. We'll sum it up in a sentence then.
Mint. No, more of the same, please.
Alex says forgot about Greenwood. Greenwood wasn't there, was he? He didn't come on, did he?
I don't remember seeing Greenwood.
I
don't think he was in the squad.
No, I thought he was left behind. He's not fit. Yeah, Greenwood weren't there, was he? Maguire weren't there. Bailly weren't there. Jesse Lingard weren't there.
Thank fuck.
Yeah. He really didn't travel. Don't know why you look confused, mate. Why are you looking confused? He didn't travel.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. What the
fuck? Oh, right. United Alex is saying, as in plans for future teams.
Oh,
where do you see Greenwood fitting in then when Cavani comes in?
Yeah, because like I said before, I see Greenwood as our future number 9. Anyway, I think eventually Greenwood will be challenging Martial for that number 9 shirt. I don't think Martial Greenwood going to play his whole career on that right hand side. He's not a winger. He's doing well there, but he's an out and out goal scorer. He's lethal off both feet. I mean, why would you not want that up top? I think maybe that's why we didn't splash the cash on an expensive centre forward because, he sees maybe Martial and Greenwood battling out. I mean, in an ideal world, that would be the scenario, wouldn't it? Them two battling out, and we'd have Sancho on the right hand side. But obviously, that didn't happen, did it? Well, I mean, I'm excited to see Palestre to see what he can
do. Right, let's end it with this then. Cavani's fit, Rashford's fit, Martial's fit, Greenwood's fit. Who's your front 3? And everyone in the comments, let me know who's your front 3. And Martin says, Tell us, Fred, don't at me, mofos. So everyone,
it has to be Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind seeing that Martial off the left, Great Cavani up top, and Rashford on the right. I just wouldn't mind seeing it to see how it looks and see if someone big and strong can take the ball on, then play either one of those two in.
But your best friend's in the comments here, Diedrich. Do you want to read that out?
Oh, fucking here he is, Pankaj. Well, Pankaj did. I just said it at the beginning of the show. Pankaj did say on the Champions League draw, me, Martin, and Pankaj did. He said that he thinks they're going to go out in the group stages. I said I think we'll do well. I said I think we'd beat PSG either home or away. I think we'll be able to beat. I think if we can get, if we can obviously beat that Turkish team home and away, and beat Leipzig once, I think we're pretty much through.
Yeah. I think we win our home games. We got the 3 points tonight as well, away.
Yeah.
That's obviously mathematically, that's enough.
Yeah, and hopefully we can use this as a bit of a springboard. Just be like we did last time.
Yeah. Right. Carly says Greenwood, Cavani, Martial. Lionel says it's still Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. Pankaj says I still want Shaw to start over Tellez against Chelsea. Chris says
why Pankaj?
Chris says Greenwood, Martial, Rashford. Kamali needs to show I think he can still do it. United Alex said who said it's a front three. That's what I said. Like if it's 4-3-3, who's the front three if they're all fit. Carly says it's one game. Doubt PSG will go out. Pankaj says Rashford's finish was fire. Cavani up top because he'll be feasting on the Tellez balls all day long. Next says no front three anymore. It does not work for our squad. I have Cavani up front and Van Beek behind, and Pogba and Bruno behind. No wings. Right. For me, touching on a point that Kylie's there with Tellez whacking them balls in. For me, it's Cavani through the middle, Mason on the right, and Rashford on the left.
Really, you drop Martial?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think Rashford's pace is more threatening than Martial's. I think Rashford's dribbling is better than Martial's, and I think Cavani will hold the ball up better than Martial.
I wouldn't say, I don't know, they've got a different kind of dribbling technique, haven't they, Martial and Rashford? Rashford's where they maybe use tricks to get past you, whereas Martial just use quick feet. But I haven't seen that from Martial lately, because when he did come to us, he had a little turn of pace. You won't see him running away from people very often these days, will you?
No. I must say that I agree with Georgie, and I don't want to hype it up because I've not really seen enough of him. But the left back position for me is Tellez's. I don't want to particularly see Luke Shaw at left back. I prefer Brandon Williams at left back than Luke Shaw. I think if we play this formation, Luke Shaw goes in at the left-sided centre back. If it's four at the back, I think it's Wan-Bissaka. He's going to put Maguire in no matter what. I would partner him with Bailly and I would put Tellez at left back. That would be my back four. So, but I don't want to see Luke Shaw at left back again. I really don't. I don't rate him at left back. He's a much better left-sided centre back.
It was ever since that leg break. He's obviously a good little. No,
he was flying under Van Gaal at the start of the season. Absolutely flying.
Him and Depay had a good little fucking thing going on that left hand side. Yeah. It looked like that was going to be our left hand side for years, and then all of a sudden it went to shit for everyone involved.
Pankaj says Bailly is in for 4 weeks. I've not read that. Have you?
No, I haven't read that.
I've
read Bailly coming out saying that the injury is not that bad. It was just a bit of tiredness and fatigue.
Yeah. Kylie says Twanzebe has to start. Well, that's interesting as well because I think after his performance tonight, surely he's got to be in contention for Saturday. He's got to be. If he's not on the bench, or at least
I think he'll be on the bench definitely.
Yeah, if he's not on the bench, mate, there's a problem. But I did say through the summer, I don't think we needed a centre back. I think we had enough. I really do. Twanzebe, Fozy can play there. He can play right back as well. He can play as a CDM. I think we're well stocked defensively. Maybe, just maybe, an attacking right back. But see, Fozu gets forward more than Wan-Bissaka. You know, Ollie's got some good options there in defence. If depending how he wants to approach a game, he's got some really good options in there. Chris says Twanzebe is the sole reason why our defence could deal with PSG pace. Next Gaff says you lot not getting it. Twanzebe cannot start in 4-defender formation. Whatever Defend did today is because Fred and McTominay were sitting ahead of them. Maguire has to start if it's 4 defenders. Mate, you got a point. Maguire would start, wouldn't he, in a 4 back line. So yeah.
I mean, but it goes to show if people can stay fit, we actually got quite a lot of options.
Yeah. Mate, the only place we're lacking, I thought, in the summer, which was essential, was strikers. Because you can't rely on Greenwood, mate, to take United through a season.
Yeah, right wing and striker would have been. I mean, I don't know actually, because this is the thing. It's like I said, it's if everyone can stay fit. That's the fucking niggling thing, is it? It's an if, and also, I mean, we haven't touched on that. What was the news that came out today with Romero and Phil Jones? They have been included in.
They're not in the Champions League squad, are they? Yeah.
No, we're not Premier League squad.
Oh, they're not in that either.
For a 25-man Premier League squad, they've not been included in.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of begs the question: why the fuck did we give Jones a 4-year contract then?
I read in the paper, mate. He's threatening to quit. Yeah.
All power to you.
That's it. Let go. Hey, I talked to Mark about it the other night, and he was like, "Well, how would he quit? I don't think he'll quit." Mate, he'll pay his contract off and go.
Why would you want to, though? I mean,
if you're Ed, yeah.
If you're Phil Jones, you'd be like, I'll sit here and get that money all day long. I don't give a fuck.
Well, exactly. That's it.
And we've also got first refusal on a Portuguese lad, 14-year-old from Porto.
Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. Right. Well, we shall end it there. Thanks for coming on, Diedrich. Hour and 20 minutes nearly. All right. Hope to see you on here a bit more often now. You've had your break and stuff. Thanks for everyone in the comments.
Whole week. I might be doing a walk tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. If anyone's interested in seeing me go and talk shit in a windy field.
Brilliant. Yeah. I need to just find a comment Mark put in.
Let me guess. It says like, share, and subscribe.
No, it doesn't actually. You don't.
Something about the report card.
That's better. So Mark's report card will return for this weekend's game against Chelsea. So get your score predictions in and DM the report card 20 on Twitter if you want to just have a bit of a laugh and have some fun. And episode 2 of Mark's Legends Wall, I think it's called
Legacy
Wall is out on Thursday. So that the Legacy Wall is a weekly thing that Mark's going to be doing. So that'll be up every Thursday, and then the report card will be back for the game.
We're spoiling you lot. We're being too generous to you lot, giving you too much grade A quality content.
Giving you too much. So if you enjoyed the show tonight and you want to get involved with it and come on the shows and have a chat and stuff like that, feel free, just DM us one way or another. One of us will get in touch with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone in the comments, the usual suspects and the newcomers. Hope you liked it. Hope you subscribe to the channel and
share it with your friends.
Yeah, be a part of the community, mate. It's there's no agendas here, there's no nitpicking, just pure facts. Okay? So enjoy your night, have some fun, and speak to you soon. Later.